a tale of overcoming shyness and inspiring new beginnings. Chapter 1: A Timid Beginning. In the charming town of Everwood, where cobblestone streets wound their way through cozy cottages and blooming gardens, lived a young man named Mr. Brave. Despite the juxtaposition of his name, Mr. Brave's heart was often gripped by an invisible force, the suffocating embrace of shyness and social anxiety. His aspirations were as vast as the open sky, yet his feet seemed perpetually tethered to the ground, unable to traverse the chasm that separated his dreams from his reality. Every morning, as the sun painted the horizon with hues of gold and amber, Mr. Brave would set out on his daily routine. A trip to the local bakery would see him staring at his shoes while ordering a loaf of bread, his voice barely a whisper. A visit to the bustling market would lead him to silently admire the vibrant produce, afraid to engage in the simplest of conversations. His heart ached to join the conversations that echoed through the town square, to partake in the laughter that seemed to dance on the wind. But the fortress of shyness he had built around himself proved insurmountable. His world was confined to quiet observation, a solitary existence that left his dreams languishing in the shadows. One particularly radiant morning, as Mr. Brave ambled through the square, a poster plastered on a lamppost caught his eye. "Unleash your inner hero, overcome your fears," it proclaimed in bold, uplifting letters. The accompanying image depicted a figure breaking free from chains, the links transformed into vibrant butterflies taking flight. It was as though the universe had conspired to deliver a message directly to Mr. Brave's heart. Staring at the poster, a spark ignited within him. A tiny voice emerged from the depths of his soul, whispering that perhaps, just perhaps, there was a way to shatter the shackles of shyness that bound him. The upcoming Everwood talent show promised an opportunity, a stage on which he could not only showcase a hidden skill but also challenge the grip of his anxieties. As he walked away from the poster, a flicker of determination ignited in Mr. Brave's eyes. He had embarked on countless internal battles before, but this time was different. This time, he envisioned himself as the hero of his own story, a protagonist who would rise above his fears and rewrite his narrative. Little did he know that this seemingly ordinary moment marked the beginning of a transformational journey, one that would lead him through uncharted territories of courage, self-discovery, and unwavering resilience. The path ahead was uncertain, fraught with challenges he had yet to comprehend, but Mr. Brave was resolute in his decision. With every step, he inched closer to the daunting yet exhilarating prospect of the Everwood Talent Show, where he would stand before the town and himself, proving that even the most timid heart could muster the strength to beat with unwavering bravery. And so, the journey of Mr. Brave had begun, and the town of Everwood would bear witness to a remarkable tale of triumph over adversity, of a shy soul blossoming into a beacon of inspiration. As the sun continued its celestial journey across the sky, painting the world with its radiant brushstrokes, the first chapter of Mr. Brave's story unfolded, setting the stage for a transformative narrative that would captivate hearts and minds alike. Chapter 2: The Catalyst of Change. The days in Everwood grew warmer and brighter, mirroring the newfound determination that burned within Mr. Brave's heart. The town's anticipation for the upcoming talent show was palpable, and Mr. Brave could feel the energy buzzing in the air like a current of electricity. Each passing day brought him closer to the event that he hoped would mark the turning point in his battle against shyness and social anxiety. As Mr. Brave walked through the town square, he noticed the poster for the talent show once again. This time, it seemed to glow with an almost ethereal light, beckoning him closer. The words "Unleash your inner hero" resonated deeply within him, as if they were an ancient incantation meant solely for his ears. It was as if the universe itself had conspired to push him beyond his comfort zone. With a newfound determination burning within him, Mr. Brave approached the registration booth for the talent show. His heart pounded in his chest as he stepped forward, his voice steadier than he had ever remembered it being. "I'd like to sign up," he said, surprising even himself with the clarity of his words. The woman behind the booth smiled warmly, her eyes twinkling with encouragement. "What's your talent?" she inquired. Mr. Brave hesitated for a moment, his mind racing. Then, with a sudden burst of inspiration, he replied, "I'll be a storyteller." As he walked away from the booth, his heart swelled with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The die was cast, and there was no turning back. He knew that this decision was more than just signing up for a talent show, it was a declaration of war against the anxieties that had held him captive for so long. In the days that followed, Mr. Brave threw himself into his preparation with a fervor he had never known. He devoured books on storytelling, learning about the art of weaving narratives that captivated the hearts and minds of listeners. He practiced in front of a mirror, honing his gestures and perfecting the nuances of his delivery. Each stumble was met with determination, each stumble a step closer to mastery. As the sun dipped below the horizon one evening, casting a warm, golden glow across Everwood, Mr. Brave found himself in the company of Master Theo, the wise old man renowned for his storytelling prowess. With a heart full of hope and a touch of nervousness, Mr. Brave shared his aspirations and fears with the seasoned storyteller. Master Theo listened intently, his eyes gleaming with understanding. "Young man," he said in a voice that held the weight of years of experience, "stories are not merely words strung together. They are vessels of emotion, bridges that connect souls. To tell a story is to bear a piece of your own heart, to invite others into the sanctuary of your thoughts and feelings." Under Master Theo's guidance, Mr. Brave learned that storytelling was not just a performance, it was an intimate exchange, a chance to forge a connection with others. With each passing day, he delved deeper into the art, discovering the power of vulnerability, the beauty of authenticity, and the magic of a well-told tale. As the eve of the talent show approached, Mr. Brave stood before his reflection, his heart a whirlwind of emotions. He had come a long way from the timid young man who had first glimpsed the poster in the town square. He was no longer defined by his shyness and anxiety, he was defined by his courage, his determination, and his unwavering belief in his ability to overcome. The stage awaited him, a platform where he would stand as Mr. Brave, the storyteller. With Master Theo's words echoing in his mind and the support of his newfound friend Lily, he took a deep breath and stepped forward into the spotlight. The curtain rose, and the audience's collective breath held in anticipation. As Mr. Brave began to speak, his voice clear and strong, a transformation occurred. His shyness and social anxiety melted away, replaced by a sense of purpose and belonging. Each word he uttered was a brushstroke on the canvas of his story, a testament to his journey from a timid beginning to a catalyst of change. The applause that filled the air as he concluded his tale was not just for his performance, it was a celebration of his bravery, a recognition of the battles he had fought within himself. As he stepped off the stage, a smile graced his lips, a smile that radiated the triumph of a soul that had dared to embrace its own power. The second chapter of Mr. Brave's story had unfolded, marked by a pivotal moment of decision and a determination to confront the shadows that had held him captive. And as the sun set on that memorable evening, the town of Everwood stood witness to a metamorphosis, a transformation that would inspire all who heard the tale of the timid young man who had dared to step into the spotlight and become the catalyst of change. Chapter 3: The Mentor's Wisdom. As the days grew longer and the warmth of summer enveloped Everwood, Mr. Brave's journey continued to unfold. The echoes of his triumphant performance at the talent show still lingered in the air, and the townspeople couldn't help but admire the young man who had transformed from a shy soul to a fearless storyteller. Embracing his newfound confidence, Mr. Brave sought out Master Theo more frequently. The wise old man had become not only his mentor but also a source of inspiration and guidance. Their meetings under the shade of the ancient oak tree at the heart of the town had become a cherished ritual. One afternoon, as the sun cast dappled patterns of light on the ground, Mr. Brave shared his aspirations with Master Theo. "I want to continue growing as a storyteller," he confessed, his voice tinged with determination. but I also want to help others who struggle with shyness and anxiety, just as I did." Master Theo nodded sagely, his eyes twinkling with approval. "Ah, my young friend, your desire to uplift others speaks volumes about the depth of your character. Remember, the path to becoming a beacon of light for others starts with illuminating your own journey." With those words as his guide, Mr. Brave embarked on a new chapter of his training. Master Theo introduced him to the concept of story circles, intimate gatherings where individuals could share their stories, fears, and triumphs in a safe and supportive environment. At first, the thought of leading such gatherings sent a ripple of anxiety through Mr. Brave, but he knew that true growth lay on the other side of discomfort. Under Master Theo's watchful eye, Mr. Brave hosted his first story circle in the tranquility of the town park. As he looked around at the small group of eager participants, he took a deep breath and began to share his own struggles with shyness and social anxiety. The vulnerability he displayed created an atmosphere of trust, encouraging others to open up and share their own experiences. As the stories flowed, a sense of camaraderie emerged among the participants. They realized that they were not alone in their battles, that the very fears that had once isolated them were the threads that wove their stories together. Mr. Brave listened with empathy, offering words of encouragement and understanding. In that moment, he understood the power of his voice, not only as a storyteller but as a guiding light for those who sought solace in their shared experiences. With each subsequent story circle, Mr. Brave's confidence as a facilitator grew. He learned to navigate the ebb and flow of conversations, to offer guidance without judgment, and to create an environment where individuals could find their own voices. As he guided others through their journeys of self-discovery, he discovered a profound sense of purpose, a purpose that extended beyond himself and into the lives of those he touched. The town of Everwood began to take notice of Mr. Brave's endeavors. People from all walks of life, struggling with their own insecurities, began to gather at the story circles. The once muted voices of shyness and anxiety were replaced with laughter, empathy, and shared wisdom. The park, once a quiet haven, became a vibrant hub of connection and growth, all thanks to Mr. Brave's unwavering determination. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of oranges and pinks, Mr. Brave sat with Master Theo beneath the ancient oak tree. The mentor's eyes gleamed with pride as he observed the transformation his young protege had undergone. "You've come a long way, my dear friend," he said, his voice rich with warmth. "Your journey from a timid beginning to a mentor of light is a testament to the power of bravery and the resilience of the human spirit." Mr. Brave smiled, a deep sense of fulfillment filling his heart. He had not only conquered his own shyness and social anxiety but had also found a way to use his experiences to uplift others. The third chapter of his story was marked by the wisdom he had gained and the ripple effect of positive change he had set into motion. As the stars began to twinkle in the evening sky, Mr. Brave gazed at the horizon with a renewed sense of purpose. His journey was far from over, but he was eager to embrace the challenges that lay ahead. With Master Theo's wisdom as his compass and the camaraderie of his fellow storytellers as his anchor, he looked forward to the chapters yet to be written, each one a testament to the transformative power of courage and connection. Chapter 4: The Quest for Courage. The sun rose over Everwood, casting a golden glow that illuminated the town with a sense of hope and renewal. For Mr. Brave, each dawn marked a fresh opportunity to continue his journey of self-discovery and growth. The echoes of the story circles he had hosted still reverberated in his heart, a constant reminder of the bonds he had forged and the lives he had touched. As the days passed, Mr. Brave found himself facing a new challenge, one that would test the depths of his courage and determination. The townspeople had begun to share their own aspirations with him, revealing dreams that had long been stifled by fear. Mr. Brave listened with empathy, his heart swelling with a desire to help them overcome their obstacles, just as he had. One afternoon, Lily, his dear friend and fellow adventurer in the realm of overcoming shyness, approached him with a determined glint in her eyes. "Mr. Brave," she said, "I've always dreamed of singing on stage, but my shyness holds me back. Will you help me find the courage to share my voice with the world?" A thrill of excitement coursed through Mr. Brave's veins. Here was an opportunity not only to help someone else on their journey but also to embark on a quest for courage alongside a kindred spirit. With a resolute nod, he agreed to be Lily's guide and support on her path to conquering her fears. Their journey began with small steps, much like Mr. Brave's own path. They started by practicing in the privacy of Lily's garden, the gentle rustling of leaves serving as their audience. Mr. Brave's gentle encouragement and unwavering belief in Lily's abilities began to chip away at the walls of shyness that had held her captive. As the days turned into weeks, Mr. Brave introduced Lily to the concept of fear exposure. Together, they ventured into the heart of Everwood, where they sang snippets of songs to willing listeners in the town square. Each interaction, each note that escaped Lily's lips, was a triumph over the anxiety that had once kept her voice locked away. One day, Lily's eyes sparkled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. "I want to sing at the upcoming Harvest Festival," she confessed. "It's a chance to share my progress with the town and honor the courage we've been cultivating together." Mr. Brave beamed with pride. He knew that this was not just a performance, it was a culmination of their shared journey, a testament to the strength of their bond and the power of confronting one's fears. They spent days rehearsing, refining Lily's vocal techniques and building her confidence with each passing note. The day of the Harvest Festival arrived, and the air was filled with the aroma of freshly baked goods and the sounds of laughter and music. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm, amber hue over the festivities, Mr. Brave stood by Lily's side backstage. Her heart pounded, but her eyes held a fire of determination. The moment came, and Lily stepped onto the stage, bathed in the glow of the lanterns that illuminated the night. A hushed anticipation settled over the crowd as she began to sing, her voice a beacon of courage that cut through the darkness. Mr. Brave watched with a mixture of awe and pride, his heart swelling with emotion. As Lily's voice soared, a transformation occurred. Her shyness melted away, replaced by a radiant confidence that radiated from within. The crowd was captivated, drawn into the heartfelt notes that carried their hopes, dreams, and triumphs. The applause that followed was thunderous, a collective celebration of Lily's bravery and the transformative power of facing one's fears. Backstage, as Lily basked in the applause, Mr. Brave wrapped her in a warm embrace. "You did it," he whispered, his voice filled with admiration. "You found the courage within you, and you shared your light with the world." With tears of joy glistening in her eyes, Lily nodded. "And I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Brave. You've been my guiding star, my pillar of strength." As the night sky glittered with stars above, Mr. Brave and Lily stood together, united by a bond that had been forged through shared challenges and triumphs. The fourth chapter of Mr. Brave's story was marked by his quest for courage, not only within himself but also within the heart of a dear friend. And as they gazed at the heavens, they knew that their journey was far from over, that there were still adventures waiting to unfold, each one a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who dared to confront their fears and rewrite their destinies. Chapter 5: A Ray of Light. The seasons danced on in Everwood, weaving a tapestry of change and growth. As the town embraced the beauty of autumn, Mr. Brave found himself reflecting on the remarkable journey that had brought him to this point. The tale of his transformation from a timid soul to a source of inspiration was etched into the fabric of Everwood, a story that whispered of bravery and resilience to all who heard it. Mr. Brave's involvement in the story circles had deepened, and he had become a pillar of support for those who sought solace in sharing their fears and dreams. The town had come to recognize him not only as a storyteller but also as a friend who could light the way through the shadows of shyness and anxiety. One day, as the first snowflakes of winter began to fall, Mr. Brave received a letter that would forever alter the course of his journey. The letter was an invitation, addressed in elegant handwriting, inviting him to a storytelling conference in a distant town. The conference promised to bring together storytellers from far and wide, offering a platform to share their tales and inspire others. As he read the words on the page, a mixture of excitement and trepidation coursed through Mr. Brave's veins. The prospect of sharing his journey on a larger stage was both exhilarating and daunting. He knew that this was an opportunity to reach an even broader audience, to spread his message of courage and transformation far beyond the borders of Everwood. With his heart as his guide, Mr. Brave accepted the invitation. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of preparation, as he honed his storytelling skills and meticulously crafted the tale of his own journey. He felt a deep responsibility to do justice to the struggles he had overcome and the lessons he had learned along the way. The day of the conference arrived, and Mr. Brave found himself in a bustling hall filled with storytellers of every age and background. Nervous energy hummed in the air as he waited his turn to take the stage. As the spotlight found him, he took a deep breath and began to share his story, his voice resonating with a clarity and conviction that could only come from a heart that had triumphed over its own fears. The audience listened intently, their eyes locked on Mr. Brave as he wove his tale. His words painted a vivid picture of his journey, from the timid beginning that had held him captive to the catalytic moment of change, the wisdom imparted by his mentor, the quest for courage, and the ray of light that had emerged from his experiences. As he concluded his story, the hall was filled with a silence that felt almost sacred. Then, a thunderous applause erupted, washing over Mr. Brave like a wave of affirmation and validation. He had not only shared his story but had also connected with the hearts of those who had listened, igniting a spark of hope and inspiration that would continue to burn long after the conference had ended. Back in Everwood, the townspeople eagerly awaited Mr. Brave's return. The news of his triumphant performance had spread like wildfire, and there was an air of excitement that permeated the streets. As he walked through the familiar cobblestone paths, Mr. Brave was greeted with cheers and applause, a heartfelt celebration of his courage and the light he had brought to their lives. But it wasn't just the accolades that filled Mr. Brave's heart with warmth, it was the knowledge that his journey had touched the lives of others, that his story had served as a beacon of hope for those who had faced their own battles with shyness and anxiety. The 5th chapter of his story was a ray of light, a reminder that even the smallest spark of bravery could illuminate the darkest corners of the soul and inspire a chain reaction of positive change. As the snow continued to fall, blanketing Everwood in a serene embrace, Mr. Brave looked up at the sky, his heart filled with gratitude. His journey was far from over, and the path ahead was shrouded in mystery. But he knew that as long as he carried the lessons of his past with him, as long as he continued to be a source of support and inspiration, his story would continue to unfold, one chapter at a time. And so, with a renewed sense of purpose, Mr. Brave embraced the beauty of the present moment, ready to embrace whatever adventures lay ahead on the horizon of his life story. Chapter 6: The Unexpected Friendship. Winter's embrace held Everwood in its icy grip, transforming the town into a picturesque wonderland. The snow-covered rooftops glistened under the pale sunlight, and the air was filled with the laughter of children building snowmen in the town square. Amidst this serene scene, a new chapter of Mr. Brave's journey was about to unfold, a chapter that would introduce him to an unexpected friendship that would forever change his perspective. One frosty morning, as Mr. Brave strolled through the town, he noticed a young woman sitting alone on a bench, her gaze fixed on a sketchbook in her hands. Her dark hair framed a face that seemed to carry both a hint of mystery and a touch of melancholy. Curiosity piqued, Mr. Brave approached her with a warm smile. "Hello," he greeted, his voice gentle and inviting. "I couldn't help but notice your beautiful sketches. They seem to capture the essence of Everwood." The young woman looked up, her eyes meeting Mr. Brave's with a mixture of surprise and gratitude. "Thank you," she replied, her voice soft yet sincere. I find solace in sketching. It helps me navigate the world. Mr. Brave nodded, understanding the sentiment all too well. My name is Mr. Brave, he introduced himself. I'm Eliza, she responded, a hint of a smile tugging at the corners of her lips. As they exchanged stories and shared snippets of their lives, Mr. Brave discovered that Eliza, too, had grappled with shyness and social anxiety. She had recently moved to Everwood, seeking a fresh start and a way to break free from the chains of her fears. Her sketches, it seemed, were not just reflections of the town's beauty, but also reflections of her own journey towards self-discovery and healing. The more Mr. Brave and Eliza talked, the stronger their connection grew. They discovered shared experiences and common challenges, and their conversations flowed with an ease that belied the short time they had known each other. It was as though their paths had been destined to cross, two souls brought together by fate and a shared quest for courage. As the weeks passed, Mr. Brave and Eliza became inseparable. They embarked on adventures through the snow-covered woods, exchanging stories and laughter amidst the tranquil beauty of nature. With each passing day, their friendship deepened, and the walls of shyness that had once held them captive began to crumble. One evening, as they sat by a crackling fire in Mr. Brave's cozy cottage, Eliza turned to him with a thoughtful expression. You know, she began, her eyes gleaming with a newfound determination, we've both come a long way in overcoming our fears. What if we combined our strengths and organized an event for the town? A gathering where people can come together, share their stories, and support one another. Mr. Brave's heart swelled with admiration for Eliza's idea. That's brilliant, he exclaimed. A festival of courage and connection. And so, they set to work planning the event that would come to be known as the Courage Carnival. They enlisted the help of fellow townspeople, each contributing their unique talents to create a day filled with storytelling, art, music, and games, a celebration of bravery and the power of community. As the day of the Courage Carnival dawned, the town square was transformed into a vibrant tapestry of colors and laughter. Mr. Brave, Eliza, and their team of volunteers welcomed townspeople of all ages, offering a safe and supportive space for sharing their stories and triumphs. As the stories flowed and laughter echoed, it was evident that the Courage Carnival had become a resounding success, a testament to the enduring spirit of Everwood. As the sun set on that memorable day, Mr. Brave and Eliza stood side by side, their hearts full of pride and gratitude. The unexpected friendship that had blossomed between them had not only enriched their own lives but had also brought an entire town closer together. The sixth chapter of Mr. Brave's story was marked by the serendipitous connection that had illuminated his path, reminding him that sometimes, the most profound friendships are born from the unlikeliest of encounters. As the stars twinkled overhead, Mr. Brave and Eliza exchanged a knowing glance. Their journey was far from over, and the road ahead was paved with countless adventures and opportunities to make a difference. With the warmth of their friendship as their guiding light, they looked forward to the chapters yet to be written, each one a testament to the power of vulnerability, connection, and the unexpected bonds that shape our lives. Chapter 7: The Night of the Show. The anticipation in Everwood was palpable as the days grew longer, signaling the approach of spring. The town buzzed with excitement and preparations for the upcoming event that had captured the imagination of everyone, the night of the show. It was a grand showcase of talent and creativity, a culmination of months of hard work and dedication. And at the heart of it all were Mr. Brave and Eliza, the dynamic duo who had brought their vision to life. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm, amber glow over Everwood, Mr. Brave and Eliza stood in the center of the bustling town square. The stage had been meticulously set, adorned with colorful banners and twinkling lights. Excitement danced in their eyes as they surveyed their handiwork, knowing that the night of the show would be a celebration of courage and a testament to the transformative power of overcoming fears. The townspeople had rallied behind the event, each person contributing their unique talents to the spectacle that was about to unfold. As the first notes of music filled the air, a hush fell over the crowd, and the night of the show began. Performers of all ages took the stage, showcasing a diverse array of talents, from musicians and dancers to painters and poets. The audience was spellbound by the raw emotion and creativity on display, each act a testament to the courage it took to step into the spotlight and share a piece of oneself. As the evening wore on, Mr. Brave and Eliza took the stage together, their presence commanding the attention of the crowd. With a shared sense of purpose, they recounted their individual journeys, Mr. Brave's path from a timid beginning to a beacon of courage, and Eliza's transformation from a shy newcomer to a source of inspiration. Their words resonated deeply with the audience, many of whom had faced their own battles with shyness and anxiety. The message was clear: no matter how daunting the obstacles, there was strength within each person to overcome and emerge stronger on the other side. As they concluded their heartfelt speech, Mr. Brave and Eliza stepped aside to make way for the grand finale, a performance that would bring together all the performers on stage. The air was charged with anticipation as the ensemble gathered, a collective embodiment of the town's spirit and resilience. And then, with a flourish of music and a crescendo of emotions, the night of the show reached its pinnacle. Performers from all walks of life danced, sang, painted, and spoke, each act a unique expression of the courage that had brought them to this moment. The night of the show was not just a showcase of talent, it was a celebration of the human spirit, a testament to the beauty that emerges when individuals step out of their comfort zones and share their vulnerabilities with the world. The town square, illuminated by the glow of the stage and the warmth of the hearts gathered there, became a place of unity and connection. As the final curtain fell and the applause echoed in the air, Mr. Brave and Eliza stood side by side, their hearts full of gratitude and pride. The night of the show had exceeded their wildest expectations, touching the lives of everyone who had attended and leaving an indelible mark on the town of Everwood. As the townspeople slowly dispersed, their spirits uplifted by the evening's festivities, Mr. Brave and Eliza lingered on the stage. The 7th chapter of Mr. Brave's story was marked by the night of the show, a culmination of their efforts to inspire and uplift others. As they looked out at the town square, bathed in the soft glow of lanterns and stars, they knew that their journey was far from over. With a shared sense of purpose and a bond forged through trials and triumphs, Mr. Brave and Eliza gazed ahead at the horizon of possibilities. Each chapter of their lives had led them to this moment, a moment that held the promise of new adventures, deeper connections, and the unwavering belief that even the most timid hearts could shine brightly and illuminate the world with their courage and compassion. Chapter 8: Embracing the Spotlight. Spring had fully bloomed in Everwood, painting the town in a riot of colors and fragrances. The air was filled with a sense of renewal and possibility, and for Mr. Brave and Eliza, it was a season of new beginnings. The night of the show had left an indelible mark on the town, inspiring a sense of unity and camaraderie that lingered long after the final curtain had fallen. As they walked through the blooming gardens and sunlit streets, Mr. Brave and Eliza reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. Their friendship had grown stronger with each shared experience, each challenge they had faced together, and each triumph they had celebrated side by side. One day, as they sat on a bench beneath the shade of a blossoming cherry tree, Eliza turned to Mr. Brave with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Mr. Brave," she began, her voice laced with a touch of playfulness, "we've been helping others find their courage, but there's still one thing we haven't fully tackled." Mr. Brave raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "And what might that be?" Eliza smiled, her eyes sparkling. "Embracing the spotlight ourselves." The idea hung in the air, a mixture of excitement and apprehension. Mr. Brave had come a long way from the young man who could barely speak above a whisper, but the prospect of stepping into the spotlight in a more personal way was still a daunting challenge. Yet, as he looked into Eliza's eyes, he felt a surge of determination. He had faced his fears before, conquering shyness and anxiety to become a storyteller, a mentor, and a friend. This was simply the next chapter in his journey, a chapter that would see him embracing the spotlight with the same unwavering courage. With Eliza by his side, Mr. Brave began to explore new avenues for self-expression. They joined a local theater group, immersing themselves in the world of acting and performance. As they stepped onto the stage, the nerves were palpable, but they knew that this was a chance to push their boundaries and showcase the growth they had achieved. Rehearsals were filled with laughter, camaraderie, and a shared sense of purpose. Mr. Brave and Eliza discovered the joy of embodying different characters, of speaking lines that resonated with the depths of their souls, and of bearing their vulnerabilities to a captivated audience. The night of the performance arrived, and as the curtain rose, Mr. Brave felt a mixture of excitement and a touch of those old familiar nerves. But this time, he wasn't alone. Eliza stood beside him, her presence a source of comfort and strength. As they delivered their lines and shared the stage with their fellow actors, Mr. Brave and Eliza felt a transformation taking place within them. The spotlight, once an intimidating force, now felt like a warm embrace, a chance to shine brightly and share a piece of themselves with the world. The applause that greeted them at the end of the performance was more than just recognition of their acting skills, it was a celebration of their bravery and a testament to the power of embracing the spotlight. Backstage, as they basked in the afterglow of their triumph, Mr. Brave and Eliza exchanged a knowing smile. The 8th chapter of Mr. Brave's story was marked by his willingness to step into the spotlight, to overcome the last vestiges of shyness and fully embrace his own journey of self-discovery. As he looked back on the path he had walked, he realized that every chapter had led into this moment, a moment of empowerment, growth, and a profound sense of accomplishment. With the lessons of their past as their foundation and the unwavering support of each other as their guiding light, Mr. Brave and Eliza gazed ahead at the horizon of endless possibilities. They knew that their journey was far from over, and as they continued to embrace the spotlight and share their stories, they would inspire others to do the same. The sun set over Everwood, casting a warm glow over the town as it prepared to welcome the night. The cherry blossoms swayed in the gentle breeze, a reminder that even the most delicate petals could stand strong in the spotlight of life. And as Mr. Brave and Eliza walked hand in hand into the embrace of the coming night, they knew that their stories were far from finished, they were merely beginning a new, vibrant chapter filled with courage, connection, and the beauty of embracing the spotlight. Chapter 9: The Ripple Effect. Summer arrived in Everwood, bringing with it a sense of vibrancy and vitality that mirrored the journeys of Mr. Brave and Eliza. The town bustled with activity, and the stories of courage and transformation that had been ignited by their actions continued to weave a tapestry of inspiration throughout the community. Mr. Brave and Eliza had become true pillars of support for one another, their bond unbreakable and their friendship a beacon of light for those around them. Together, they embarked on new adventures, tackled fresh challenges, and found solace in each other's company. One day, as they strolled along the picturesque shores of the town's serene lake, Mr. Brave turned to Eliza with a contemplative expression. "You know," he began, "I've been thinking about the ripple effect of our actions, how the courage we've embraced and shared has touched not only our lives but the lives of everyone around us." Eliza nodded, a thoughtful smile gracing her lips. "It's true. Every story we've shared, every fear we've conquered, has had a ripple effect that extends far beyond our own experiences." As they continued their walk, they encountered a group of children playing near the water's edge. The children's laughter and exuberance filled the air, a joyful reminder of the impact their actions could have on future generations. Inspired by the scene before them, Mr. Brave and Eliza embarked on a new endeavor. They decided to create a series of workshops for young people in Everwood. These workshops would focus on building self-confidence, embracing vulnerability, and nurturing the courage to step outside one's comfort zone. Their efforts were met with enthusiasm and support from the townspeople, many of whom had already been touched by Mr. Brave and Eliza's journey. Together, they crafted a curriculum that combined storytelling, creative expression, and team-building activities, creating a safe and nurturing space for young minds to flourish. As the workshops unfolded, Mr. Brave and Eliza witnessed the transformational power of their teachings firsthand. They saw timid voices grow stronger, shy smiles blossom into radiant grins, and young hearts learn to embrace their unique strengths. The ripple effect they had set into motion was evident in the newfound confidence and resilience of the children who participated. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Mr. Brave and Eliza sat by the lake, reflecting on the impact they had made. It's incredible to think that our journey has inspired not only our own growth, but has also ignited a spark in others, Eliza mused. Mr. Brave nodded in agreement. And that spark will continue to spread, touching the lives of countless individuals. It's a reminder that our actions, no matter how small they may seem, can create a ripple effect that has the power to change the world. The 9th chapter of Mr. Brave's story was marked by the ripple effect, the profound realization that the courage and vulnerability they had embraced had a far-reaching impact, influencing the lives of those they had touched and beyond. As they looked out at the tranquil waters of the lake, they knew that their journey was far from over. There were more stories to share, more challenges to overcome, and more lives to inspire. With the legacy of their actions as their guiding light, Mr. Brave and Eliza gazed ahead at the horizon, eager to continue writing the chapters of their lives. Each step they took, each story they told, and each heart they touched contributed to the ever-expanding ripple effect of courage, connection, and the transformative power of embracing vulnerability. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the town, Mr. Brave and Eliza walked side by side, ready to embrace the adventures that lay ahead, united by the knowledge that their journey was a never-ending tapestry of inspiration, woven with threads of bravery, friendship, and the unbreakable bond of the ripple effect. Chapter 10: A New Beginning. Autumn returned to Everwood, bringing with it a sense of reflection and introspection. The town's cobblestone streets were adorned with a mosaic of fallen leaves, and the air carried a crispness that signaled the transition into a new season. For Mr. Brave and Eliza, it was a time of both closure and fresh beginnings. As they walked through the tranquil woods, the golden hues of the leaves above them creating a breathtaking canopy, Mr. Brave and Eliza shared a quiet moment of contemplation. "It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?" Eliza mused, her voice carrying a sense of nostalgia. Mr. Brave nodded, a soft smile playing on his lips. "Indeed, it has. From the timid beginnings to the countless chapters of growth, each step has brought us closer to where we are today." Their journey had been marked by courage, resilience, and a deep connection that had blossomed into an unbreakable bond of friendship. Together, they had faced their fears, embraced vulnerability, and shared their stories to inspire those around them. And now, as they stood at the cusp of a new chapter, they felt a mixture of excitement and gratitude. The past months had been filled with workshops, performances, and shared experiences that had left an indelible mark on the town of Everwood. The ripple effect of their actions had continued to spread, touching lives in ways they could have never imagined. The Courage Carnival, the night of the show, and the workshops for young people had all contributed to a sense of unity and empowerment that had transformed the community. As they continued their walk, Mr. Brave and Eliza found themselves at the heart of the town square, a place that had witnessed so many of their adventures and triumphs. A banner hung above the stage, bearing the words "A New Beginning." It was a fitting tribute to the chapter that lay ahead. With the support and encouragement of the townspeople, Mr. Brave and Eliza had decided to embark on new paths, each following their own passions while continuing to uplift and inspire those around them. Mr. Brave had been offered a position as a storytelling coach, guiding others in the art of self-expression and connection through words. Eliza, on the other hand, had found her calling as an art therapist, using her creative talents to help others navigate their emotions and heal. As they stood on the stage, a sense of purpose and anticipation filled the air. The townspeople had gathered, their smiles and cheers a testament to the impact Mr. Brave and Eliza had made on their lives. It was a bittersweet moment, filled with gratitude for the chapters that had come before and excitement for the chapters that were yet to be written. Mr. Brave stepped forward, his voice carrying the weight of his experiences and the hope of a new beginning. We stand here today, not as the same individuals who embarked on this journey, but as two souls forever transformed by the power of courage and connection. Eliza joined him, her presence a testament to the strength of their friendship. Our stories have intertwined, leaving an imprint on each other's hearts and on the tapestry of Everwood. Together, they unveiled a mural that depicted the journey they had shared, from the timid beginning to the vibrant moments of triumph and inspiration. The mural was a visual representation of the courage that had propelled them forward and the connection that had bound them together. As the townspeople applauded, Mr. Brave and Eliza shared a knowing glance. The 10th and final chapter of Mr. Brave's story was a new beginning, a chapter that spoke of the endless possibilities that awaited, the friendships that would endure, and the legacy of courage and connection that would continue to shape their lives and the lives of those around them. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm, golden light over the town square, Mr. Brave and Eliza embraced the beauty of the present moment. Their journey had come full circle, and they were ready to embrace the adventures, challenges, and joys that lay ahead. Hand in hand, they walked away from the stage, united by the shared experiences that had forever intertwined their destinies. As they ventured into the pages of their new beginning, the echoes of their stories lingered in the air, a reminder that even the quietest of hearts could find the strength to shine brightly and leave an indelible mark on the world.